channel 16, and we're coming up with the latest amphipod news.
And this is Channel 69 News.
We're coming at you with the hardest facts on amphipods.
Next to me is Matthew on. He's going to tell you about some amphipod news. So Matt, what is an amphipod?
An amphipod is a crustacean-like creature that lives in the bottom of the ocean.
What are its characteristics of life?
So some of its characteristics of life are that it reproduces on its own, it is able to metabolize its food and make energy. It eats smaller crustaceans and insects, and it evolved over time to be able to live in salt and fresh water, and they can handle up to twice the salinity of water in the ocean. They also have cells, which makes them the eukaryote.
So Matt, what are some of the biotic factors and abiotic factors?
Some of the abiotic factors that affect...
What's up, Doug?
What's up, Doug?
Alright, some of the abiotic factors that affect the amphipod are water salinity, temperature, earthquakes, and the ENSO cycle. And some of the biotic factors that affect it are birds, beetles, and even mammals like rodents and raccoons often prey on the amphipods. They can be also eaten by certain kinds of whales and fish.
Dope.
So Matt, what are some of the effects on the ecosystems?
Amphipods play a crucial role in controlling brown algae growth. Without them, brown algae would dominate through certain ecosystems, and they would grow extremely fast without amphipods.
Facts. All right. Okay, Matt, what kind of strategists are these amphipods?
Amphipods are R strategists, meaning they reproduce very fast. Some other facts about them is that they're omnivores, but they often prey on smaller crustaceans and insects at the bottom of the ocean. Some of their interactions with keystone species include that they form the basis of a lot of food webs in areas where there are keystone species.
Thank you, Matthew. On back to Nick. This is our virus specialist, Nick Chow, and more information on the relationship to viruses.
All right, so viruses have been a common factor in the decline marine life. A group of small viruses called, in copious amounts, called circoviruses in the tissues of amphipods, depleted amphipods from Lake Michigan, which were absent from in healthy and stable population of Diphtheria.
Yep.
Circoviruses are atypical because they're commonly found in vertebrates, but have recently been documented of agents of mortality in two copepods and water flea Daphnia. A large suspecting factor in the amphipod's disease and absence from the populations is from the circoviruses.
Back to Matt. Now we're talking about the ocean's effects on this organism. So Matt, does salt water affect this organism?
No, it does not.
So Matt, what does it have to do with the ENSO cycle?
So when the water temperature changes,
SO,
it causes them to die. It causes them to die.
What does the temperature have to do with this organism?
So when the water is 20 degrees Celsius or higher, it is suggested for routine chronic sediment toxicity testing.
What does it have to do with ocean acidification?
Well, if the water is too acidic, it'll cause them to die.
I don't wanna be alive, I just wanna die today. I just wanna die, I don't wanna be alive.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, man, tell me some stuff about zooplankton. Well, salt water doesn't affect it. For temperature, if it's 20 degrees Celsius or higher, it's suggested for routine chronic sediment testing. That's really cool. How does zooplankton die? Well, how zooplankton die is the water temperature changes, causing them to die. Are they affected by anything? Yeah, they are affected by red tides. They die from deadly toxins such as domoic acid and the paralytic shellfish poisoning toxins. So yes, they are affected by it. Can you tell me more about red tides? Well, red tides are an algal bloom that is caused by a few species of dinoflagellates, and the watercolor changes to red or brown. Wow, that's really interesting. Thank you for your time.
I ain't been getting high. Well, maybe a little, baby, I don't wanna lie. I know when you text me, girl, I don't always reply. Well, you're not an angel either, you can't even fly. I know this, you think that you know shit. All this shade that's coming at me, I wonder who does it. They can't see the vision, boy, they must be out of focus. That's a real hot album, homie, I wonder who wrote it. Oh shit, okay, pray them niggas go. Always tell the clowns around, it look like circus